Welcome to the third part of our Collection Management 101 series. Today's video is on handling museum objects, presented by Brant Museum and Archives in honor of Museum Month 2021. For today's video, we'll be going through handling dangers, what to wear when handling and handling equipment, the do's and don'ts of handling, and general best practices. Direct force is a major threat to museum collections during handling, and precautions must be taken to prevent damage. Direct force causes physical damage to objects and is considered an agent of deterioration by the Canadian Conservation Institute. Damage presents itself through breakage, dents, chips, warping, and wear and tear. It can be caused by improper handling techniques, dropping the objects, or directly handling items too often. Handling can also introduce dirt, debris, and other pollutants to objects that can cause chemical changes that accelerate the deterioration of the object. Some objects are more susceptible to damage because of its material, making it more fragile. When handling objects, staff have three choices on what to wear to prevent the transfer of dirt, debris, and other transferable pollutants. They are white cotton gloves, plastic nylon gloves, or just clean hands. This is dependent on the material of the object being handled and museum policy. Gloves are especially important for objects that are metal or have corrosion. Other objects may also require more PPE. Objects are mostly handled when they are being examined by staff during cataloging or condition reports or by researchers. When we bring an object out of storage to be examined, we want to ensure it is placed on an archival tray or on a piece of foam. This is to prevent the transfer of dirt, debris, and pollutants from the work area. If the object has multiple pieces, it should be on a tray to prevent losing any parts. During examination, we want to minimize direct handling of the object. So during examination, the object should stay on the tray or foam, moving the tray or foam to look. A magnifying glass may also be used to examine the details of the object. If the object is in an enclosure or mounted on a backing board, the object should never be removed or detached from its enclosure or backboard. They are used by museums and archives to protect the object. When handling objects, we want to ensure we are never carrying or putting pressure on any area that is likely to break, dent, warp, or tear. These areas are usually the edges of the objects that extend from the base. For a chair, it would be the legs and backrest. For example, when handling an object like a cup with a handle and rim, we want to avoid carrying or putting pressure on those areas as they are likely to snap off and break. For paper objects, they should never be handled by the corners and edges as these areas are likely to crinkle, warp, and tear. The work area should also never be littered with garbage, especially food garbage and drinking cups, as this can lead to accidental spillage and the staining of objects. When we are able to directly handle an object, we want to ensure we do it properly. To do this, we have to support it from the base using two hands in a cradle formation. To transport an object within the museum, it should only be carried using a tray and a cart, especially when there are multiple pieces or heavy objects. Paintings can be transported using a trolley. If there is an extremely large, awkward, or heavy object that does not fit on a cart, larger museums may be able to use a forklift or similar equipment. In heritage homes, like at Brant Museum and Archives, that type of equipment cannot fit within our building. To handle those heavy and awkward objects, it becomes a team effort. At least two people will carry the object while another person directs and another acts as a spotter. Other general best practices when handling museum objects are: 1. Always know the object you are handling. This means its weak points, any previous damage, and other tools you may need. 2. With heavy objects, always use a second person or more to help handle and move the object for the safety of the object and yourself. 3. And of course, avoid directly handling the object as much as possible using trays, magnifying glasses, and other tools as needed. Thank you so much for joining us again today for the third part of our Collections Management 101 series. Stay tuned for tomorrow. We got Museum Month Minutes with Bob from the Canadian Military Museum, our Artifact of the Day, Heritage Minutes, and the fourth part of our Collections Management 101 series, Donating to the Collection. Thank you so much, and see you all again tomorrow. Bye for now.